Welcome back, everyone, to another edition of the Faire Catch. It's your man, Lee Ice. You see, I got my partner with me, Blind Brian. What's up, bro?
What's up, Lee Ice? First week's in the books. Where would you rather be than right here, right now in football season?
You know it. You know it. A good first week for most teams. Good bad week for a couple teams. We're going to talk about that and more. First, let's thank everybody for tuning in to last week's show, and thank everybody for tuning in to this week's show. Like I always say, I hope we can entertain y'all doing what we're going through. You know, Lee Ice don't say that word, but I hope. But what I always will tell you, protect yourselves and your family. Brian, you ready to get things started?
Yes, sir.
What you got, man? What you got?
The old Bills Cup, blue one today.
Give me some. Give me some. I know you already said it, but you got to say it again.
Where would you rather be than right here, right now?
That's it. Let's get started. You know what's first on the Faire Catch is the recap. Fine. A lot of new head coaches debut their new teams. Some old new coaches. Some very new coaches. Let's run down the coaches. Who are we going to talk about first?
All right, so let's do, since we're doing, let's say old new, let's start off with the two old veterans. At two opposite ends of the day. Pete Carroll with the Raiders came out looking good, had a big win, and we had Mike Vrabel of the Patriots, which I don't know where you saw, but some places that there's been a lot of hype on the Patriots being a wild card team and all that, and they didn't look good at all.
I love Pete Carroll. I think his birthday's coming up. He's going to be the oldest coach ever in the NFL. But he don't look it.
No. He runs up the field.
He didn't coach in the 70s.
Maybe.
I mean, Marv Levy's like 100 now, ain't he?
Yeah, Marv Levy just turned 100 a month or two ago. Yep.
Okay, so he left 30-something years. When did he leave?
He 90s, 98, 99. Yeah.
So that would make him like, okay.
Almost 80. So Carroll, it might be Levy, yeah. 70 would be 73. No, so Carroll's probably going to pass that, yeah.
All right, Pete Carroll, man. I mean, the Raiders look good, you know. I didn't think the Patriots looked that bad. I just think the Raiders look better, you know. It was a good, tight game. I mean, Drake May. I still believe in him in becoming a good quarterback. I think the veteran quarterback just played better, you know. Geno.
And of course, Geno was comfortable with Carroll, and it's a good thing for the Raiders. They got looks like they got a pretty tough division. We'll talk about a little bit more of that some of the other teams, but all in all, a good day for the Raiders. Let's get to the coach that probably was the most shocking hire that people were surprised. It was Brian Schottenheimer. But I think all in all, though, I think, you know, Cowboys, obviously they lost, but I think a lot of people thought they did a lot better than they thought.
They came out looking good. I mean, they didn't do nothing in the second half, but, you know, they came out looking good. I mean, you know.
All things considered with the trade and all that, and they had to play the Super Bowl champions on Thursday, you know, could have been a lot worse.
I mean, they was against the Super Bowl champs. I mean, Jalen Carter did get thrown out before the game started, but they came out, they scored. You know, Philly scored. Then they scored again, you know. And they picked two more. I mean, they scored 20 in the first half. Couldn't do nothing in the second half. I mean, like I say, I give them a C+. I give them a C+. I mean, I actually thought it was going to be a blowout. But Dallas held their own. They really did.
A team that doesn't get a C+, and nobody really expected anyway, would be Kellen Moore with the Saints. Pretty much what everybody expected from them is what you got. They don't have players, man. I mean, what?
I can't believe he took that job, man. I mean, I'm not a Kellen Moore fan, but that job is horrible. I mean, no quarterback. I'm not going to say a washed up Alvin Kamara, but he's not Alvin Kamara,
Right.
Um, they lost to Arizona. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, uh, yeah.
Arizona. Some people got Arizona as a dark horse, but
I can't see the Saints winning more than 3 games, if that.
I mean, maybe he took the job knowing they were going to be in last place, and maybe they're going to get Arch Manning.
Hey, yeah. That go crazy.
Speaking of first-round picks, first picks of the drafts, Ben Johnson's debut with the Bears yesterday looked like he was started off really, really well, and then the second half came around and nothing happened.
He doesn't look happy, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna keep saying it. I'm gonna say it all year. This is not a good fit. Caleb Williams, not good fit for this guy's offense. He wants a system like, I'm not gonna say robotic, but you gotta let Caleb be Caleb. He has to run around and do his, and I can tell that's upsetting Ben Johnson already.
Yeah, like we talked about it last week. The vibes between the coach and how he feels about the quarterback just don't seem good. And like I said, it looked all great in the first half, and then fell apart in the second half. All right, we got two more coaches before we go to break. We got maybe coach with another moral victory. Aaron Glenn for the Jets had a shootout with the Steelers. Could have won the game.
Yeah.
Doing it. I don't know that Rodgers was your guy from last week, but the Jets, they scored a lot of points, so I think that's a good sign.
That was impressive.
Yeah, maybe bad sign is they play the Bills this week, so we'll see how that goes for them. And then Liam Cohen for the Jaguars. Jaguars look good. I mean, I know they weren't playing anyone, but
hey, what? I mean, I don't know what to take from that Jags Panthers game. So, but hey, a win is a win is a win is a win. So
exactly.
Congratulations to Liam Cole getting his first win. Duval County, as Big Dog would say.
So of all the new coaches, 2-1, Carroll with the Raiders and Cohen with the Jaguars.
And I think Carroll is going to be out of this group. I'm looking at him. I like Carroll, even though he's in the toughest division. But good start. Good start for you, Carroll. That's my man. That's my dog. All right, we're going to go to a break. When we come back, fourth down, buddy. Fourth down. All of that and more. Faire Catch. Flying Brian. Lee Ice. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to the Faire Catch. Flying Brian, Lee Ice, breaking down NFL's first week. We're very happy because both our teams won. The Commanders, my squad, his squad, the Buffalo Bills, pulled it out at the end.
Game of the year.
Pulled it out at the end. Josh Allen's off to another MVP start. I saw what you posted with the MVP on the back of his jersey. That was pretty cool.
Well, I mean, because a lot of talk was, and Allen's numbers weren't as good as Lamar's. That's not, there's no denying that. But a lot of people believe that he got the vote over Lamar last year was because of the team that he had and how he has to carry the entire team. And it literally showed that this Sunday, where he had to literally put on the cape, put the team on his back in the fourth quarter, and they won. And that's why he got the MVP last year. And nothing to take away from Lamar. Lamar played great, but
I think Josh should have won it the year before.
Right. They gave it to Lamar.
Yeah, and Lamar should have won it last year. All right, buddy, it's time to go fourth down. Two teams already. They look terrible. As Charles Barkley say, terrible.
Terrible.
Who do you want to start with first, the Lions or the Dolphins?
As a Buffalo Bills fan, and let's kick them when they're down, let's start with the Dolphins.
The fans. I don't know what is going on. I mean, I don't know if they're going to turn this around. But Lord have mercy, they look bad. And they lost to the Colts. I mean, I said the Colts would be improved this year. I didn't think they would do that to the Dolphins.
They didn't. They got stomped by the Colts. They got stomped by Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones could be player of the week if it wasn't for what Josh Allen and Aaron Rodgers did. But they got destroyed. They were all out of sync. Everything was bad. Tyreek losing it on the sidelines. And then the press conference from McDaniel, he literally says in the press conference, well, the silver lining is it can't get any worse. What? At first when I saw that, I thought it was fake. He really said
I like that guy, man. He's kind of quirky and corny.
Yeah, and that's only good when you're winning. When you're losing, it's annoying.
He is in trouble. I mean, he better get that team. He needs to kick them in there, you know what. And like you said, you got Tyreek on the sideline going crazy. That's not good. It's just a matter of time before he really says something that he shouldn't say.
All right. He's done that multiple times in the offseason. But and also, they got the Patriots coming up. They got a bad – they got a good track record against Patriots, even when Brady was around, so we'll see. But then right after the Patriots game, short week, they got Buffalo Thursday night. So there's a good chance that they're 0-3, if not 1-2. When you're paying your offense when three of your guys are making over 150 plus million between Waddle, Hill, and Tua, and you put 8 points. You got one garbage touchdown against the Colts.
Garbage. I mean, they should have got shut out. And I mean, shout out to the Colts. I mean, maybe the Colts are that good, but the Dolphins look terrible. The Lions. I said it. I'm gonna keep saying it. I don't know how long it's gonna take. They definitely missed their offensive coordinator because they looked flat. They had no energy. I mean, what did you see?
Yeah,
they were playing against the Packers,
right? And it was on the road, but
they were favored to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, a lot of people picking them to win.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah. Also, they looked bad, and not Daniel Jones. Jared Goff had a really good season last year, but I think it's kind of obvious, and it's got to be almost perfect for him to perform. The line's got to be spot on, whatever the play calling was that they had last year, and he's not a guy that can put on the cape and put the team on his back. And he's a good quarterback, but it looked like the wheels could be falling off because they got upset in the division game against the Commanders at home. And then you come out on week 1, and then I know the Packers, had some hype with the Parsons trade and all that, but not the fact that they lost. They look really bad. They didn't look good at all. And for a coach that's known for to be like this hard nosed, gotta get them ready and all that, they didn't look like they were ready to play. So
to me, he looked like a zombie on the side. That wasn't a Dan Campbell. The last 3-4 years, the kneecaps.
I mean, a loss, I'm going to have a mystery third team come up in a minute. To me, they're in kind of similar boats. But the Lions were heavy favored against the Commanders, and they come out not flat, but they got beat soundly in their home, where a lot of people thought they were at least going to get to the championship game or had a shot to get to the Super Bowl. And then you come out on your first week, and you come out flat again in a divisional game. Yeah,
and they was talking about, what got on my nerves last year. Oh, they was hurt. They had this on. Well, you had your whole team this time.
Yeah.
What's the excuse? Man.
Exactly. That's why they're on the fourth down hot seat, because there's no fingers to point besides they came out flat.
All right, who's your surprise third team?
Well, a team that last year was hyped to be, probably win. And they went to the Super Bowl and they got blown out. And then they had the opening week this week and they were supposed to win. And I think Patrick Mahomes' record against the Chargers and Herbert is off the wall, and they lost. And they play the Eagles next week. So there's a really good chance that the Chiefs could be 0-2. And I'm not saying they're not going to make the playoffs or anything, but there was a lot of talk, and as a Bills fan, wishful thinking that after the last Super Bowl and then coming into this season, maybe this is finally where they start to take a little step back. Seems like the Ravens and the Bills, or maybe even the Bengals, they look bad too, but take the next step, and Chargers beat them. And
they lost to a good team. The Chargers are going to be good this year.
A good team.
Justin
and the
Herbert.
Packers are good too. To me, the Lions didn't go to Super Bowl. The Chiefs did. But the Chiefs got destroyed in the Super Bowl, and then they came out in the opening week and they didn't answer. I know, was it Worthy got hurt, but
yeah. If they lose to Philly 0-2, you're right. They're going to have a tough hill to climb because the Raiders or the Chargers, one of them are going to go 2-0.
And also, if you look at the division, I know it's week 1, but they're at the bottom, and they're the only team without a win.
Everybody else won, and they the only team that lost. Who would have thought that, man?
And that was another thing too. I thought with the division, this is the first year, pretty much since the Chiefs have been dominating, that their division should be more competitive. And the Chiefs and the Chargers showed that. I don't think the Raiders will be, 12-5 or anything, but they should be more competitive when they play them. And even the Broncos, who a lot of people were more high on than I were. And I don't think the Broncos are going to take the next step like everybody thought they were. But but there's a good chance that the Chiefs could get the wild card this year, and it'd be the first time ever in Mahomes' career where he's playing a wild card, where he's playing a wild card game on the road. So
don't count them out yet, but
I'm not counting them out. But I think if we're gonna just over the Lions,
I put them looking. They still up, but
Well, if we would have talked about it last year, that there's a good chance they're going to be 0-2. No, of course not. But now we're in a reality where it's a really good chance they're going to be 0-2.
Right. That's why they play the game.
That's it.
All right, y'all. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, it's the Big 3. Faire Catch. I'm Brian Lee. Be back.
It's the Extra Points Fantasy Football Show, the place where you receive expert fantasy advice for champions. With your host, NFL fantasy football expert, analyst, and draft scout, Lance Goodman.
We're back. Faire Catch. Lee Ice. Flying Brian, baby. We went from 4. What's after 4, bro? Are we going down? Big 3. Our big 3 games of the week. You ready to break them down?
Yes, sir.
Let's go. Washington. Thursday night. Green Bay. Lambeau Field. You know what? I'm not sick of it yet. But all this hype that the Packers are getting since they got Micah Parsons. Now, am I wrong? Was anybody picking the Packers to go to the Super Bowl?
No, I don't think the Super Bowl.
It was like Eagles, Detroit, some Commanders. I even heard the Rams. I didn't hear no Packers in there.
No, I think people were hoping that Love would take another step and then maybe get to the divisional. But
Micah Parsons is good. I'm not taking that away. Time will tell if he's that type of player. I said it before. It's been 3. Deion Sanders, Reggie White, and Lawrence Taylor. Those are the only 3 on defense that really just
changed the game.
Just changed the game. So the Commanders go to Green Bay. The Commanders look solid. They didn't have to do much, and they still won by 15 points. Green Bay crushed the Lions. How are we looking? How you gonna break this one down?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Commanders are going to be a good team, and this could be they see each other in the playoffs later on, but not necessarily just based on the hype, but it being in Green Bay coming off, beating the better team and the bigger win. I think I'm gonna have Green Bay go over the Commanders. I think it'll be a good game. I think Daniels will still play well, and it's be a good test for Daniels going against the defense who played really well. And every week Parsons is going to play more, and people assume be better every week. So we'll see. But I'll think the Packers will do 28-24. But I think it'll be a good game. I think it'll be close, but pretty much leaning towards the Packers mostly because it's in Green Bay.
I agree with you, except I got it the other way, 28-24. I think Green Bay cornerbacks are going to have a very difficult time, and I think Jaden will handle the blitz, the rush. I think the Commanders' running game is going to win this game. They ran for over 200 yards against the Giants. I think that continues. You run the ball and you slow down Michael Parsons. All right, let's go to the second game. Chargers versus the Raiders. Like we said, one of these two teams will be 2-0.
Yeah. I think the Chargers are clearly the better team. Prime time. Gino and Carroll obviously not going to be rattled being on prime time, but I think there's still a work in progress where it looks like the Chargers are finally got it all clicked together. Herbert looked fantastic against the Chiefs in Brazil, and I think that'll carry over to Monday night. And Chargers are gonna win this game. I think it'll be pretty high scoring again. I think Herbert's gonna put him up, do a 31-21, and they'll be 2-0, and they'll be atop the division.
You know what people's not talking about? There's a rivalry in this between the coaches, Harbaugh and Carroll. It goes back to the college days, Stanford and USC. Yeah. Then it carried over with the 49ers and the Seahawks. Now it's the Chargers and the Raiders. They don't like it.
Out of nowhere, it's a big game. I mean, I know it's only second week, but they're playing for first place.
First place.
In a division that's been dominated for 8 years, yeah.
The possibility, like you said, of the Chiefs going 0-2.
Spoiler alert.
Man, I know I picked the Chargers earlier. Something telling me the Raiders going to win this, man. I'm going to go with the Raiders. I'm going to go 20-17, last second field goal.
Like you said, that's why they play the games.
That's why they play the game. And the game that you were talking about with the Chiefs, good possibility. Might go 0-2. Chiefs, Philly, Super Bowl rematch. How you breaking this one down?
Yeah, I'm not gonna surprise anyone by the way I've been talking all show. I just think there's something a little off. And again, I think the Chiefs will, make the playoffs and all that, and they'll fix it up. But the Eagles, especially their coach, have such a hard on to beat the Chiefs. Especially after it was the last year, right after they beat them, and he screamed at the fans and all that stuff or whatever it was. Even though that the Chiefs lost the Eagles are as a team are still going to look at the Chiefs that they expect to play again in the Super Bowl. So I think they're going to come out, and I think they're going to beat them, and I think they're going to beat them not like they did in the Super Bowl, but I think it's going to be pretty sound. I think it's going to be 28-17 Eagles, and we're going to have and there's going to be a lot of talk about where the Chiefs go from there when they're 0-2, and the Bills are going to be 2-0.
I'm going with the Chiefs. I mean, to that man, to number 15, to you bury him, you get the cross out and the steak and all that. He ain't done, man. They got it's crazy. It's week 2 and it's a must win. So
kind of, yeah. I mean, we know the stats are different too.
They're playing at Arrowhead, so that's going to be good. Philly won, but was you really impressed with Philadelphia's win against Dallas? They only scored 3 points in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't that but I mean, I guess you could say, well, I mean, you do it for Chiefs too. But it was a divisional game, and divisions are always different. You can't. But I also think that because it's the Chiefs, and like I said, with the way they are with the Chiefs, they're going to be. You're going to see the best foot forward, I think, and you're going to see the team that everybody expects to go back to the Super Bowl. I think you'll see that, or the way you're going, you're going to see the Chiefs rise up and say, "Oh no, this is who we really are," and they're going to make a statement. But I think it's going to be Eagles all the way.
All right. Before we get out of here, it's time for the Fair Catch prediction of the week. I was going to go with Pat Mahomes, but I'm changing it. My Fair Catch prediction of the week, you ready for this? Yep. The New York Giants will beat the Dallas Cowboys, and the Cowboys will go 0-2. That's right, New York Giants. Hey, they have this player. He's becoming one of my favorite players, even though he played against my Commanders. Scatterboo. I don't know his first name. The man runs over people every time.
It's in New York, right?
No, it's in Dallas.
Oh, it's in Dallas. Okay. All right, so that kind of throws off my prediction a little bit, but my prediction is, funny enough, is that the Giants are going to win, and you're going to see Jackson Dart finish the game.
You say the Giants going to win, and you're going to see Jackson Dart?
No, the Giants are going to. You got to win.
Oh, but you're going to see Jackson Dart.
You're going to see Jackson Dart finish the game. Russell's going to start the game, they said, but he ain't going to finish it. And if they lose and they don't put in Dart, whenever they have their home game in New York against the Giants play at home, you're going to be hearing Jackson Dart chant. You're going to be hearing Dart chants. You're going to be hearing it.
Hey, buddy. That's a wrap up. Whether you like it or don't like it, learn and love it. It's the best thing going. For Flying Brian, I'm Lee Ice. The Fair Catch. We out of here.